What's up, Detroit? We are back, and this is our official first episode. We did a little intro, but this is like the episode. Kind of offing? Is that right?
Offing?
What is it?
Off of.
Yep,
I'm
okay.
It's definitely going to be
She
that.
corrects me all the time.
She's good.
But
yeah.
when she doesn't, when she messes up, she's like, "Oh, I'm foreign." Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I'm gonna start saying that.
It's true.
But piggyback off of.
Yes.
I don't know if that's correct, but we'll go with
Okay.
it. How Gary and I left the last conversation. One of the things that we talked about was how different things are for us now, like as our individual selves. So before we begin, there's something on your hand, Gary, that wasn't in 2016.
That's right.
And what's that?
Looks heavy.
Might be my ring.
Oh,
2021.
we have a married man here.
Yeah,
Tell us about that. How's marriage life?
It's wonderful, man. It's
Cool.
wonderful.
What's some tips? I will be getting married soon, and I'll share more about that. But
Oh, man.
what's some tips?
Number one tip, communication.
Okay. Oh, he
That
clapped with
will-
that. I don't
man.
know if you guys saw that, but he meant that.
That will keep you golden.
Well, people always say communication,
Yes.
right? So what do you mean when you say communication?
That means actually talk to each other. That means
Okay.
actually
Listening.
talking and listening. Yes, exactly. That's
Yeah.
very
Well,
important.
That I
Yes.
think that's huge because when people say communication, like when I hear people say communication, that means I'm gonna talk.
As
But
long as I get
communication
out
is
of
I mean, for real,
ways.
because
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
it means I need, especially as a guy, I need to communicate my feelings because guys don't do that. But as you guys are saying, and I know that, but you have to listen. Communication is about listening as well,
Yes.
and remembering what the person said when it comes back up. We just had an argument yesterday.
But that shows that you're listening.
I
you
did.
remember?
It wasn't. We don't really argue, thank God. Knock on
No.
wood or whatever. But I have this thing, and growing up, when you grow up in the city or depending on where you grow up, and Gary, you the same way. It's just something that goes. It just snaps in not a bad way, but if somebody talks about you. Look at him. Then you just automatically respond,
Automatically.
right? And that's just how we grew up, Somebody would be like, "Oh, your ears is big." I got like 5 things to say. Ready?
You got to.
And I don't
If you
mean any
don't, it's
harm by
over.
it, but it's just a natural response. I don't care if it's kids. I don't care if it's babies. Like that's what it is. But anyhow, so communication. Is there any other things that you would tell us to prepare as we were a month away?
Yeah, I would say keep dating, like keep going out.
Yeah, people say that,
don't
and we
get like
do that.
comfortable, so
Yeah.
comfortable that you don't do anything anymore.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
keep going, keep that fire burning.
We
Take
do
trips,
date night,
relax.
like almost. If we're in our groove, we do it once a week.
Yes.
We're out of our groove right now, so it's like once every 2
Hey,
weeks.
sometimes it gets like
yeah.
work related or
We try
whatever it is, right?
Right now it's date night. We try to incorporate whatever we do it on the podcast. Date night.
Well, yeah, I like the vacations too. That's definitely like, you gotta get some quality time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Away from the kids.
Oh,
Well, you
well,
guys
of course
don't
he
have
gonna
kids,
say that.
but-
Gary is gone every other month.
I need a
loves to
break.
travel.
I need a break.
Yeah, for sure.
Life
from
is struggling.
everything.
It's hard
Nice.
sometimes.
Nice. Yes. So what is the most memorable thing from your wedding?
Man, I would have to say the dance. Literally, when I held her when we were dancing
Yeah.
was like one of the most memorable moments because it feels like a moment when it's just you and her in the room.
Yes. Yes.
I love everybody that came, the family, the friends.
Yeah.
It was so much love that night. It was a beautiful evening.
Mm-hmm.
But you rush, you move so fast, you don't get
Right.
a chance to like enjoy the the
Right.
actual
The moment.
moment
Yeah.
more or less. But that moment to just hold her and be like,
we did it.
we did it.
Yeah.
The next chapter of lives is starting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Was everything for me.
What song was
Awesome.
your guys' first dance?
Oh man, what was the song?
Uh-oh.
Oh, you caught me off guard on that one. You caught me off guard on that one. You caught me off guard on that one.
Wasn't that long ago?
Caught me off guard on that one.
He said,
That's from
memorable moment.
He was focused on her so much that he didn't
exactly.
couldn't.
Right.
Yeah.
You caught me at one of
know
those
it now?
frozen moments. You
You
caught
know
me at
now?
one of those frozen moments here.
You still don't know it, do you?
Come on, I got a million things going on in my brain right now.
Okay, all right.
We have to move on to the next.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. We're gonna be in the middle. He's gonna come back at the next guest.
Oh, yeah.
Right. If I come back, the next guest, she might be like, "Oh, I'm gonna stab you."
That's so funny.
Might not even be alive next time. You don't know.
Well, speaking of which, so we are preparing. So let me introduce first officially introduce, if you don't already know, Gary Washington, also known as Mr. Washington Gallery, right?
Yes.
And we'll come back to that.
Okay.
But I would be remiss. Is that a word?
I do not know.
You know what's so crazy? Because like for my 9-to-5 marketing gig,
Yes.
I work for a
Oh my
law
gosh.
firm, right? And I do all their marketing. And they want me to assist with like
Speak
legal
proper.
documents and stuff like that. And I always get so nervous because I make words up. Like they're not real words. Mace gets me all the time. Sometimes she lets me slide. But so I'm always taking like extra time, especially in documents, to make sure I'm saying words correctly. So I would be remiss. That's a word, right?
Another frozen moment.
It's definitely, you might catch a couple of these. Remember, I'm straight off of work, right?
He's trying to think of the song. What was that song?
Dang it! I'm not tell Tara that.
I feel like we should call her right now.
Oh, she'll definitely tell you.
That's so funny.
So I would be messed up later if I did not introduce my beautiful fiance, Miss May, soon to be Smith,
Yes.
which was a whole thing too. Did Tara want to keep her last name at all?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh.
No.
I guess that's a different time.
Oh.
She's technically not here.
I know.
Right. Our sister's
can ask
here.
her later.
Sister's in the building. She's coming up soon, but she's technically not sitting in the chair right there.
Yes, I just love my last name. And I think it would sound good, you know, because my name is foreign, my last name is foreign, and then Smith.
So is Smith. Smith is foreign as well.
No, it's not.
Yes.
It's not.
Yes.
Is it?
Don't look at me. Do not look at me. Do not look at me.
No, it's not. It's
been
like
to a
the
lot of countries,
most
but,
common name ever.
That's what they say.
It's like plain Jane, you know, May Smith.
That's a
What is
whole
this?
nother thing. But officially, I want to
Mays
introduce
Harry
you.
Smith. Way better,
No,
right?
no, you already have a middle name.
That's not my middle name. It's hyphen.
Okay. Well, this is my beautiful wife to be,
Yes,
Miss
Mays
May
Harry.
Smith. It's an honor to take the name.
I am.
Okay. So, Mays, tell us what you do.
I am an accountant.
All right. Accountant, always with
By
the
day,
numbers.
a mother by night, and
Yes.
day,
What about fiance?
fiance. Every day,
Okay.
all day.
And we also have a business together.
Yes, we do.
What do we have?
Oh, thanks. We own a couple of properties.
Mm-hmm.
So we Airbnb it. I handle all of that.
Mm-hmm. Do we get
Various
good
does-
guests? Do we get crazy guests?
Well, mainly good guests, easy, but you do get the crazies every now and then, and I have to deal with that. But not as crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
When your sister comes on, that will be one of the topics we talk about because we're going to be focused on real estate when she comes. But Airbnbs, so many
Yeah.
people are talking about Airbnb. So many people want to get into it. There's good pluses and minuses, like anything else. You definitely could make some money. It definitely could be a headache. So it really depends. In some places, you can't even do it. So we'll kind of talk about that. But yes, Mays is an accountant by day. Gary is an engineer by day. And everybody has additional hustles, so we'll talk about yours more soon.
additional income.
You have to.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I read this book. It was called Multiple Streams of Income. And that changed everything. You got to have as many streams as you possibly can, but if you're only focused on your 9-to-5 job, if that changes or you lose that or whatever,
Or you just want to retire or something.
you want to retire, then, you limit yourself. So, I guess that would be another topic at another time too.
Yes.
But are you excited about our wedding?
Of course. course. It's getting
Oh, I hope so.
closer. Yes, I am excited. Every time I
Yes.
drive, thinking about the dance yesterday,
Yes.
what we did and stuff. And
I'm still sore from my
But I
ankle
am.
when you stepped on me.
don't say
So
that.
I think been thinking about it all day.
What you saying? I'm fat.
Hopping to the bathroom. No, you just the one part on the what
I
was
keep
that?
stepping on the same
The
foot.
same foot at the same time. I kept jumping.
Well, anyway, I told him to twirl me back and forth. He wasn't twirling
We
me.
both
He
love the
was just
twirls.
like,
There's gonna
"What
be
is
lots of
this?"
twirls. But hopefully we don't twirl off the boat.
Well, my dress will. I know. My dress will make me float.
I would jump in and get you, babe. I got you.
You're not gonna find me when my dress is gonna.
Well, hopefully it's floatable.
But yeah, I am getting. I'm also getting anxious because I want to make sure everything is good
Yes.
and the day is great and
Yes.
everything.
And we're getting married on the Affinity Yacht.
Yes.
And the ceremony is on the water right by it with Pastor Harold Wimberly, who is our pastor.
You're listening. What's up?
What's up? The coolest pastor.
Yes,
I've
he
known
is.
him forever. We have our marriage council people from the church that will be there. We got about 15 kids.
Family. Not
we
true.
got about 25, 30 family members, and then the rest is friends.
Yes.
So it's going to be a diverse, fun event. We want to try to.
Gary's invited too.
Oh yeah,
He's looking like 15 kids.
Hey, it's always a good
What
time.
is
though.
it?
Come
It
on.
is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
sounds
yeah.
good.
And one of my boys gonna send me all this turn up music. It's not gonna be that kind of turned up. And then people were
It's gonna
talking
be turned
about.
up in Arabic.
Yes,
For sure.
yes. So we're gonna mix in some of your culture,
Yes.
my culture, the African aspect. I'm assuming I'm African American. I know.
why you're foreign.
I know I'm black. But I'm assuming I haven't done a 23andMe, so I don't know if we're Jamaican. I don't know, So whatever it is, but we're gonna jump the broom. That's the only thing I can think of, and that's known in the African tradition of marriage. I was gonna use my mom's broom. They said don't use the old brooms. No, not like my mom's.
somebody else's
Not her
broom.
kitchen broom, but like the broom that she used for a wedding. So yeah,
Just recycling that broom.
yes, keeping is the broom of love, I guess. But so we normally would ask Gary to come and provide his amazing skills, not necessarily his engineering skills, which he has that. Which half of your family are engineers too.
Yes.
So y'all have good things to talk about. But the thing that I've always loved about Gary, as we talk about multiple streams, and not just the income part, but the passion of doing what you love. Like you do what you got to do, which is the 9-to-5 type of thing. But then a lot of people let their love die. And I really respect that you never have, and that love being for photography. So tell us about.
Thank you.
Yeah. Tell us about like what your photography passion is, what you love to do, like what type of photography is it, and then I know you get roped into other photography, but what's the type of photography you really like and just the background of that?
Well, I love architecture photography. It's something that I have like a real, solid passion for. I had to go through like a lot of different types of, I guess, stages of photography. So it started off with my brother Will,
What's
way
up, Will?
back in the day. What's up, Will? Will Clark back in the day with fashion shows.
Okay.
So, actually
Before, like what year?
before What's Up Detroit, before
Yeah.
Ambassador, like
Okay.
literally that's where everything started. Actually, we were photographing shows with Deshaun, actually, which we'll be
Okay.
on a little bit later.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
D
we
would
were-
be up here a little bit.
Yeah, so we were shooting shows, photographing shows, and there were times where we'd be editing all night.
Okay, yeah.
And
yeah.
I'd be tired, and and he'd be like, "Oh, and I had some blurry shots. This is when I first started.
Yeah.
So
Now,
but-
for the show, are you talking about like the audience, like event kind of pictures?
I'm
or-
talking like the fashion show. So
Okay.
like the models that were coming down,
Okay,
the,
down the
runway,
runway.
like
Yeah, yeah.
like they were
Blurry.
kind of blurry. And my brother Will looked at me and he was like, "You're still doing a great job. You're he encouraged me. He
Yeah,
kept me motivated and kept me going. And at that time we had one camera. So
Yeah,
at
okay.
that time it was like wow, like even though I was not doing so good, one day he got kind of sick and he was like, "Well, I need you to go to the show by yourself." And I was like, "No, I can't do this."
I'm not ready.
But he encouraged me so much that that I was able to go out on my own and do that shoot. So actually during that period of time, I had a chance to go to Germany and live there for like 2 months. That's out of that travel experience was when I grew the passion for architecture and stuff like that, because there was like things that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
And I wanted to capture the moment. So then on the weekend I went to like Italy, and I went to Spain, and then I went to other France, and I was like, well, wow, I was like, these pictures, I want to bring them back to the community, because like, where I come from, a lot of people didn't travel.
Right.
So, at that time it was like, well, I need to show these to somebody, to open up their eyes. Like, hey, you need to get out here and, you need to see this.
Yes.
So then that's when I started Mr.Washington Gallery. That's how that all became. .com for sure. Thanks for the shout out. I appreciate that. And that's where it all started. And it birthed out of that. And in that same period of time was, Ambassador. It was What's Up Detroit. And during that period of time was still like, a lot of growth, continuing to grow. At that point, I entered one of my photographs into the GM Renson, your photo here contest. And it was a picture of the Renson and a transcending monument. Nice. And it won. And like out of like thousands of photographs that were submitted, and it's permanently there at the Renson right now.
For sure. Is a young Gary under there?
It's
on there for sure. His name is right there.
What part
Until
of the
they
Renson?
bring the building down.
Right. You can be like, wait.
Right, that's my picture.
Leave that.
What part of the building?
So it's the 400 level.
Okay.
It's actually on the first level, but it's on the 400 tower.
Okay.
Yep. So you can see it there. It's like.
Is that the same one that? Where's that restaurant we went? Highlands.
It's a little bit closer to Joe Muir.
Okay.
So we're in that in that area.
We haven't gone there yet. We haven't gone to Joe.
That's a good place. You gotta eat there. It's good stuff.
It's good.
Definitely
visit
approves. Okay.
Good place. Yeah. So from that experience, which was like around end of 2017, 2018, photography just started skyrocketing at that point.
Nice.
I've been in exhibitions with the Three Cities Art Club. So it's like 3 cities. So it's Livonia, Northville, Canton.
Nice.
Let's see, the most recent one, the Mercedes-Benz Research and Development. I actually had a exhibition there, but due to COVID, they had to cancel the exhibition. But I still had the catalog with all my work in it. Some of my most notable work is there.
Nice.
Just a lot of.
Do you think it's more competitive now?
Oh, for sure. It's always competitive.
Yeah.
Like,
but has it always been, or like nowadays you feel like it's more, or I guess 2 parts. Is it more competitive, but do everyone think that they're a photographer now because of their smartphones?
That's what I was saying. I was like, no, I think photography is like your eye. If you got a good eye, you can't just take a picture of anything.
Well, that's why I said, does everyone think that they are?
So see, that's the thing. It's normally like it's I would say that it's saturated, right?
Okay.
So there's so many people in the industry. Everyone does this, but like May said, like it's your eye. People gravitate to what kind of your passion for that, for your photography.
For sure.
And it's crazy because I was just eating at Benihana's like a week ago, and I was sitting there, and I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I think his business was something like Angles Photography or something like that. But it was so cool because he was sitting next to me, and he reached out to me and said, "Hey, do you guys need photographs?" And I said, "Wait a minute." I said, "I'm a photographer."
Right.
No, I know.
At that moment, we looked at each other and was like, wow, we're on the same path,
Yes.
and it was so cool because, he's has his business and he does portraits and different things like that. And I'm like, if I want to do portraits, I'm like, I'm not really doing portraits right now. I'm doing, art more or less. I like to stay in that lane now that I've gone, to the next part where I want to go.
Right.
And I can just pass it on to him.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow, and we said we'll link up later on. I'm always meeting people in the industry, and it's always good to see that people are, encouraging and they want to move forward and different things like that.
Yeah.
I've met I've been involved in so many different types of events with like through the Detroit Fine Arts Breakfast Club.
Okay.
It's a club where everybody gets all artists, paintings, oil, abstract, get together, and we all talk about art. We sell our art,
Possibly.
that
Her
kind of thing
cousin does
before
that, too.
this. Yeah, and it's just such an amazing experience. And they actually opened up an opportunity where I was able to present my work at the Detroit Institute of Arts.
Nice, nice.
So
That's awesome.
that one was
Very sweet.
Across the Bridge, which was a very notable piece of work that also sold so many times. And
Nice.
the journey is just I'm here for the journey. It's
Right, right.
exciting.
It's
Enjoying it.
ongoing.
Yeah,
Whatever
What
it
makes
is.
you want to continue to do it, even in the midst of being busy with work and being busy now as a married man, but and it not being your full-time job? Is it just the passion, or?
Literally, it's the passion, and it's so many different parts. So one is the passion. Two is people like you guys. I see you guys hustling and doing your thing, moving forward at that. That brings positive energy, and that keeps me going, keep me going in that direction. And also like some people I've studied in the past, like one notable photographer I know, well, I don't know, but passed on, was Joseph Sudek, and he was he used to take black and white photographs of Prague back in the day,
Okay.
and he only had one arm,
Oh wow.
Wow.
which was crazy
Yeah.
because, and throughout the whole, throughout his whole life was like war and political turmoil and different things. So at this stage in my life, I'm like, well, wow, life is really uncertain right now. You have different things going on, like banks failing. You have different
Yeah.
things
Yeah.
like pandemics and different things like that. And so when I look at, his life that he lived,
Yes.
it was similar. It was like, okay, I'm going through this, but how can I find the simplistic beauties of life that come
Yeah.
out of,
Yeah.
being surrounded by so many things that, try to take you in another direction or distract
Exactly.
you.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean,
Appreciate.
that's why we all pursue what our passion is and other things, because you blink, 10 years has gone by, 15 years
Yeah.
have
Yes.
gone by. Look at our kids' age,
Yeah, exactly.
And so again, I commend you to that. So if we want to see any of your work, we could see it because we have one of your sweet images.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. What was
Yeah.
that? That was like at the bottom of the ocean. I was like Gary swam down to the bottom and took the picture. Like, you know which one? I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
the whale shark. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that was really good. I still got to get you a plaque for that. But
Yes.
that was actually some place in Atlanta,
Okay.
in the water. So
Nice.
yeah. You can actually see my work at www.Mr.WashingtonGallery.com.
Okay. All right.
And-
Are you on social medias as well?
Come on, man. I'm on Instagram. Let's see, Mr._Washington_. And that's where you can see a lot of my work. I got some new stuff coming, so
Okay.
you'll have to wait and see. I got a photo book coming out.
Sweet.
From Malta. It's called The Beauty Within. It's one of
Nice,
our
nice. I
me and
like
my
that
wife's
that
favorite
title.
place to travel to. We'll be traveling there in September to go. That's where her family is from. So
Nice.
Oh, nice.
we'll be going there. And then
What's that by? What's Malta by?
so it's in the Mediterranean. So
Okay.
it's a little small island right below Italy. So
Okay,
it's
okay.
a nice little place. We've that's where I actually proposed.
Okay.
Oh,
all right.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw
2019.
that,
That's,
yeah.
that's where I proposed, and we're excited to get back there again, and so I can whip out my camera and do some crazy
Right,
things
right.
too, you
Like,
know.
4 years later, right? We back.
And then I have another book, photo book on the way called Nothing Was the Same, and it's kind of like dealing with like different things that's going on at this moment in time.
Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
So
That's what's up.
with architecture, so it'll be
Okay.
more architecture based, but you'll see it.
Do you do anything like in Detroit? Because I know there's a lot of like historical buildings in Detroit and things like that. Do you?
I've done a lot of things in Detroit. My passion is literally like
Traveling.
traveling for sure, because actually Detroit is where I got my start.
Yeah,
Oh, gotcha.
yeah.
And literally that's my foundation.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Like, so I have the work that won the competition for the GM Rinsen is called Arcs of Labor, and that was based off of just how resilient Detroit is.
Yes,
Wow.
yes.
And even with my current series with Beacons of Light, I have one in there with the Rinsen and like the whole landscape of Detroit and it is titled Resilient because I know, Detroit is just so strong.
Yeah,
This is where I'm
don't
from.
stop.
So,
Yeah.
I can never get away from that, but that's my, that's my heart. So,
Awesome.
Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Well, you heard it, and that's what's up, Detroit. We got MrGaryWashington.com. Check him out. You'll definitely see him more and more. He'll be on the website and everywhere we could plug him because not only is he a great friend of mine, but his work is just really dope. So
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I
we
appreciate
celebrate
y'all.
you, my
Thank
brother.
you. Can't wait to celebrate you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we'll see you next time, Detroit.
See ya.